So, Jaguar X-Type gear gaiter, absolutely knackered here. So we're going to change the leather in there, and what we'll also do is we'll change this plastic surround, which is grey, to match the sort of the nav unit. We'll change it to one that they use in the auto models, surround to match the carbon. So we'll fit a carbon gear surround here, replacing this plastic, so it'll look way better. It's a direct replacement. It's used on the autos, but you can do it on the manuals, and there is enough space to still use the gear stick without it whacking the sides of the carbon surround. So I'm going to fit that and show you how it goes. First of all though, to pull the existing gear surround up, it's very easy. You just pull it up like that, and like that, and it'll come off. And I'll clean all this up now because it's completely fallen apart. And you can twist the gear knob off as well, because this one isn't very readable. So I found another one that is readable from a one that's been broken for parts. So we're going to use that. It'll look a lot better afterwards. So there's our old gear knob coming off. So here's the surround I'm talking about, and this carbon one has come off another one that's been scrapped, and that'll go so much nicer matching the veneer. So although you can't really see me at the moment, you can't see my face, hopefully you can see what I'm trying to do here. So this gear lever we're going to remove, so there's a spring like that, comes off, and it allows this to lift up. So that collar just lifts up, and when you've unclipped the base, if you like, just pull straight up and you can get to that. Now basically under here the leather is cable tied around this sort of collar here, so we're just going to cut it off to free it, and then we put the new one on. So if I turn it inside out, then we're just going to snip this cable tie here, which will loosen the leather gaiter from that, and then we can just put the new one on. And the reason for cutting that is because I want this bit, and then that one is our old one now. This is our old knackered gaiter, which pretty much go in the bin. We're going to fit the nice auto surround with the nice chrome bezel around it and the new leather. So if you turn the gaiter inside out, so the leather is on the inside, stick it over top like that, and then all you're going to do is you're going to pull that cable tie here really tight so that it wraps itself around that little bit there, and then you'll push this bit through, and it'll all make sense. What helps as well is having a little pair of grips just to help you pull this cable tie nice and tight. pulling that through as tight as I can. Ah, bugger. That happens sometimes. So in that situation where something like that happens, then you need another cable tie. Got one. This one I'm using here should be a little bit more durable than that one that just decided it didn't want to be part of the game anymore. So I'm literally going to feed the cable tie around through the little loop that's in the top of the gear gaiter. So I've got the new cable tie in there. I'm just going to pull it over the collar. Once again, I need to pull that nice and tight. So it can be a bit tricky just pulling that real tight round there. So all I'm doing is just holding that neck around, or that around that sort of that little neck of the shift, if you like. Just using that. Gently pulling that tight, that's nice and easy. And when it looks like it's good, you basically pull the lever inside out to make sure, well, pull the lever if that was inside out back around the right way to make sure it all looks good. Like that. And what we'll do as well, we'll cut off the excess of the cable tie as well once we're happy that it's nice and tight. So you don't want it coming up. So you want to be able to flip it inside out and back around the right way again without it coming off from around that collar, neck, whatever you want to call it. Just pull it a little bit tighter. Now I'm going to go for it. I'm going to snip off the excess. Like so. That should be good. Put it back around the right way. Like that. That looks much neater. So that's fiddly bit number one done. Now this surround underneath here, it's got this metal sort of pinch clip thing, if you like, which holds the silver bezel in place. And just by putting your nail on there and just lifting that off around there, you can just lever it off so that you can get that out and get that out like that, and it comes apart easy peasy. This one really should clean this before I started using it, but never mind. I'll hoover the car afterwards and give it a little clean. So what this is going to do, that's going to go in there like that. Okay, and then that goes around there. And essentially got to turn it upside down try and line up where everything needs to go in here. So with a lot of fiddling around, I put a couple of little cable ties through there, because these gators have got a little hole made in them anyway. They've got like a little slit in them, so I'll put a cable tie through it and put it onto there and there, just to hold it in place on the sides, and use the metal clip to wedge that in there and in there underneath. It's not very clean, but what we can do now is, using a pair of scissors, I'll just trim around the sides here just to make it a little bit neater. So I've trimmed a few bits of the I've trimmed some of the edge of the lever here, and secured the metal clamp in here and here with cable ties holding it in those little holes there and there. So on top, looks really good, and it's not going to come out now, so that's nice and neat. All I've got to do now is, on the original gator, it's got these little metal clamps here, so I'm just going to pull them off and stick them on there, because we'll need them to put the thing back in and hold it in place. So now those are pushed in, then we should be able to just offer this up and plonk it home. You just have to line up this gear gaiter here. This will only go one way, because there's a little ridge in it. But you'll know it's in. Like that, and then it will push home like that. And we just need to put the gear knob on. When you put the knob on, before you put the knob on, don't forget the spring as well. It needs to go in there like that. So spring on. Then that gear knob will screw on. That's a much better appearance now, isn't it? You can actually read the numbers on the gear knob. Got this carbon veneer surround which matches the dashboard there. Just needs a little bit of a clean up, just it's been sitting in my garage. But the fresh gator, new knob, and that nice little bit of chrome surround there as well, it just adds to the interior and it looks so much better. So I'll tidy up this interior now, get this all nice and neat, throw those old bits of rubbish in the bin, and there you go. Lovely. So there's a little video for you on how to upgrade the gear surround on the Jaguar X-Type manual to use the auto surround, and it just looks so much better. It is a fiddly job, but if your gear gaiter is starting to wear and looks well tatty, you can get rid of that plastic housing, you can use the auto surround, and it just looks so much nicer. So there you go. I hope that was an interesting view for you. Give us a like and subscribe and stay tuned to the channel. Thanks very much for watching.